learned a little bit because I changed my team and strategy a bit since my first winning run, which is uploaded if people want to check that out. So first of all, we have Sarah. She dispels the first Mighty Guard, and then pretty much just mages him the whole time. Ideally, she should be the one to cast Magicite a second time at the beginning of Phase 2. I would not hold on to that for too long, because you kind of need the Imperils. The run that I just did now, I lost it right at the end, like 5% health left, because the Imperils, the dampening got out of hand. But pretty much she does then Glint, Dispel, and then she jumps between her hero ability, her USB, Brave, and her healing Awakening. I would say that perhaps this isn't all that vital, to be honest. I think you could easily have Alara do this job. The only reason why I'm using Sarah is because I've got Last Stand on her Brave and Instant Cast. But I'm pretty sure that you could make Alara work. She doesn't really need her double cast White Magic, so you could easily put on this one. Small chance for heal after Bard procs. Emperor, he's got his Trance and Double. I think you could possibly make it work with his End Wind or significantly more damage. Either of those could work. But he pretty much does his Glint 2 for the End Element. Then he does his Awaken 1, because that doesn't give End Element. And then he does his Synchro, goes all the way to the end, and then Arcane. And I think the lesson I learned from the previous run is you're probably just better off sticking with Starfall the whole time. It is only 3 hits to 5, but it's still pretty powerful. In fact, I'll just look that up for anyone that perhaps is thinking, it's fewer hits, but is the multiplier still decent? So Chain Tornado is 15.25. Emperor is 9.9. So you do have a drop-off, unfortunately, in damage. I would say, based on what I was told yesterday, but exactly as Glacial Art pointed out, I think the only time that you would use Command 2 and Chain Tornado is at the beginning of the second chain to break the rage. After that, it's hero ability all the way. Barbie, obviously I think that could help, but I don't think you really need it, because she pretty much does USB, waits until the diffuse at 80%, then does her Awakening, pushes all the way to the end, then does her Arcane. She has room to do her USB at the end as well if you want to. Auron, he does Wall, because he has instant cast. Does 2 ACMs just to burn through his instant casts. Does Synchro for the debuff and buff. Helps Alfenard get some instant casts with his Command 1. And then I think he might use his Command 2 just to give ACM. Then when the anti-heal starts biting, we can use his Awaken. At 75%, he can use his Glint Plus. I think on my first winning run, I used it in the second one, but the first one would do just fine. And then at key moments, he can use his USB. I guess whenever it crops up, to be honest. Whenever he gets an instant cast, he's best to use it. I suppose you could always save it until the final phase, because then he can do a slow cast with his USB, give everyone instant cast, and then he can do another instant USB right after that, rather than have him stall for 2 turns. This would be helpful, but I didn't use it. And then Alfenard. On the winning run, I had him with a striker, and I didn't use his glint. But I've switched him with Barbie, so Barbie does the Magicite at the beginning, which gives Alfenard time to do another hero ability, so he can do Chain, hero ability, Awaken, back to Chain, and then you can do USB 1 or USB 2. On the winning run, I think I did USB 2, but I wasn't sure it was such a good thing to use given that I had SAP on. But now I realised that having Ultra Cure in slot 1 wasn't really worth it for Oron. It's better that you probably have Angel Song. You're not really going to use his Command 1 all that much. I think I used it maybe 2 times in the whole fight, maybe 3. But the only thing you get from his Synchro 2 command is an instant heal to someone else. You don't need it. So I think you're just better off having Angel Song. Use it after his Argent Zantazuka move, and then maybe use it right at the end if you need to. And I also put Lionheart on him, since that seemed to do... I think that does better than Ace Striker, but it probably doesn't make a vast difference. I didn't have a Magic Woden Magicite at the time, so I'm using this for poverty's sake. Fully stacked Baleful for Magic Wind, Titan for defense and healing. I guess you don't really need the healing, but I just think it's a good thing to have on your defensive 6-star Magicite. They've got Magic for Medine and Fast Act 2, which, as I mentioned in my previous tutorial run, you could probably swap one of these Fast Acts for something else. Maybe another. You could swap it for Healing Boon, Health Boon, another Ward if you want to. And I think that's it. Everyone that's doing damage has Wind Boost. I do have 3 Argent Odin accessories now, but I'm only using the 1 for my poverty run through. And that should be it. Alfenard, now that he has N-Wind LMR, I think I had that on my first run through. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I had his LM1. He can get 3 stacks of wind now thanks to his glint use, which makes him do much more damage. He's probably doing another 5 to 10,000. It depends on the chain length. So I think that's it. We go Wall. And I did this in 52 seconds, and I think I could do this in a much faster time. 1, with experience, and 2, with the tweaks that I've made. Is Dr. Mog a good character? No. Probably not. I mean, if you've got something for him, he'll probably be useful in the Dreambreaker and Torments, but that's about it. So we do Wall. Magicite. And then we just build Soul Break Gauge with Glint Plus and hero abilities. ACM on Oron. And this is probably why I'm not sure people would be able to replicate this very well. Not because you're not competent, but it does rely on Emperor. Dispel. Another ACM. That's his instant cast gone. On my first winning run, he used this sync, but his sync's instant cast, so I might as well have him wait. Just keep building up. Then we do Synchro on Auron. It shouldn't be that vital that Alfenard double casts. Mages him. Keep going with hero ability. I will do the glint now because Auron can do instant cast on his next turn to Alfenard, so we'll do that. Now we do instant cast. We do glint on Emperor because his next turn needs to do black magic damage. And then we do USB. Might as well. See, he's got. That's why I used Lionheart, because now he can do his instant cast. Now I'm wondering what I should do here. Should I do Chain? Or should I do Aerial Slice? I think he's ready to go now, and Auron is going to do an instant cast on him on the next turn anyway. So I'll do Hero Slice. Oh, I should have waited. Never mind. Then we do Brave. I get a chance. I don't think it matters that much because Auron, Alfenard now has instant cast on his next turn. Oh my goodness, can I have my turn, please? Thank you. Well, yeah, the chain will be instant cast, and then he can do another instant cast after that. So now we do another Starfall to give him Wind. So I'll just wait a little bit for Alfenard to catch up. There we go. Actually, that still works. That still works. Now he's got instant cast for the next 2 turns. Then we do Mages him on Sarah so that she gets a Brave 3 command. Let's check on Emperor. He's not ready yet, so we do another hero ability. Keep going with Alfenard. He needs to build up his soul break points. Just keep going with Barbie. You can't worry about her until 80%. Okay, so now we're up to Gravita. This is not too bad of a move. And then we have a Argent heal, anti-heal after that. So I would say I probably need to start thinking about doing Auron's Awaken. That will give everyone instant cast on their next turn. And this will also heal up. the team. Okay, so he's not ready yet to do his awakening, but he can do a hero ability now, and then Sarah is going to do her Brave 3, which gives instant cast. So let's do that. Now that Oron has his awakening up, there's not really much point in having Sarah wait. So let's just do her Brave 3 now. Actually, it probably would have been good to have waited because Emperor could have done his instant cast move, but never mind. It's not too vital. You could have waited. Let Emperor do his turn and then give the instant cast. So let's just keep doing Whirlwind. We can do Awaken. Almost did his Synchro. So yeah, I think in hindsight I would have done Emperor Awakening first, then Sarah's Brave 3, and then that would have given Emperor another instant cast. So we need to get back to doing ACM as quickly as possible. So ACM. We can now do Awaken. Need to keep Mage's Hymn up. Keep doing hero abilities. Need to watch out for the Argent Santa Stukan. So it's probably best to keep maybe Sarah in reserve. Yeah, I think we just keep doing ACM. We're not quite ready for the 75% yet. And you can see now that I'm healing-wise, I'm doing just fine. Okay, so let's do Mage's Hymn. Actually, no, I'll skip on her because I might need her to do Magicite. You might as well do hero ability. No, you can skip as well. Hero ability. Yeah. Actually, Barbie could have done her turn right now. And then we do another hero ability. And I think now she can do her Awaken. If I will give me a chance. I should have just done it because it was easily going to... Okay. So we got Rage 3. There we go. And now I could just make sure. Okay, so we're at 75%. So we can do the glint. If the mouse cooperates. Come on. There we go. And now Sarah can do the Magicite. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. But hopefully you guys are still able to follow this in the tutorial. And then I think we just keep going on the damage. Yep, we're okay for Emperor now, so he can do his Synchro. I really wish they would not remove the UI. Now we've got... actually, he's going to get interrupted. So never mind. I was going to cast Sap then. Oh, Emperor got interrupted as well. Okay. So, yeah, that's a bit unfortunate that he got interrupted. I think now would be a good time to do Awaken, but you could, I think you could easily do her Brave USB. I think you could easily do both. But I think I was doing so much damage that Emperor didn't have the time to get his synchro up. But now that I've removed Sap, it shouldn't be a problem. And I should have perhaps considered doing Chain there. But as you can see, I'm just laying into him now. I think I'm doing so much damage now. So, hindsight, probably I should have done Chain. Wow. Yeah, I think it was good that I kept going with that. But that was a tough call. I think I could do his USB now. Give mages him. Yep. And then I'll wait. Let everyone instant cast. Again, this is where I'm thinking on the go now. But this is working. And I'm not under that much stress at all. So now we just do Command 1. No, Command 2. Because it's a new... it's a new chain. Just to get the rage down. I say to get the rage down. And it just goes right back up again. That's unfortunate, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Yeah, it could be at that point I just keep doing Command 1. Because I've now got Dampen 1 now. So we'll go back to Command 1 now. It could be that actually early on you just do his hero ability for like the first turn, and that way you guarantee getting 2 to 3 hero abilities off. But that should help now. He's coming up to his Aegis defense as well. But having Barbie's mitigation shield also helps. So that's why I'm not too concerned. Just keep going with the magic him. ACM. Trying to see where I'm... Oh, Alfenard can keep going. Keep going with the hero abilities. Oh, yeah, the Awaken's one off now. So let's just keep going with that. Yeah, this is where I feel personally doing the glint in the second one is better, but then some of the other Odins don't have two. Yeah, this is where perhaps I should consider doing. I should have perhaps built up the imperils first and then done command 2 on. Never mind. Should have considered doing. Yeah. Imperils first and then. Oh, there we go. So now I'm doing all the damage. Yeah, it just feels like I haven't quite got this fight sorted yet. But I think you could do command 1 or sorry, USB 1 or USB 2 on Alfenard. So ACM, no, Mage is him. Keep going with the command abilities. You can now do your ASB since you're spent. Yeah, I think maybe it would just be better to stick with the hero ability. You might not break the rage, but as you saw, even when I did break the rage, it just went right back up again. So it might just be... there we go. So I might loot... Okay, that might be a problem. Perhaps I should have saved on... Okay, now I can do... Just making sure I've got this right. I think it's command 2. Yeah. And might as well do Dark Veil 4. ACM. Hero ability. Sarah needs to heal. I should still have last stand up. And I think at this point I wouldn't bother doing a chain again. Now I would just go for it. Might as well heal again. Might as well hero ability. Aerial slice for just the extra heal. And that's it. There we go. 47.84. So it's a little bit haphazard, I would say. But I think that should hopefully give some people some confidence in being able to beat that fight. For me, I had plenty of breathing room to pick what I wanted to do. I should probably just quickly, just to be sure, just go over the Magia. Magia is pretty straightforward. Everyone has got Magia in HP, defense, resistance, and if they've got an element that they can do that. So pretty much everyone's got 100 in wind. I think everyone's got water crystals done as well. Yeah, this it's okay. I'm not sure if it's my favorite remix of it, but I'll take it. Yeah, I think everyone's done for water crystals and Magia. So I think that's pretty much the path to beating this fight. I think if I could have done that better, I would have stuck with Emperor doing his hero ability. It wasn't worth breaking the rage just for it to go back up again. It's better to keep the Imperils on all the time and take that little bit less damage. It's not worth it. Yeah. If I had more Imperils, Barbie and Alfenard would have helped break the rage. And that's probably why I would prefer Sarah over Alara, because I can spam that last stand. But I think if you had looked at my run through again, I'm not really sure that her hero, her awaken, was crucial. I think you could have gotten away with using her brave USB and then just spammed the USB commands as necessary. So just to recap, Sarah does Glint Plus, Dispel, Brave USB, I think she does her Awakening after that, and then Brave USB as and when she needs to. She also is responsible for doing the second Magicite cast at after the first Argent Odin Santastuken. Emperor essentially does his Glint 2, Awaken, Synchro. Even though that went off after the interrupt, he was still fine. And then he just goes to the end, and then near the end of the chain, he just does his ASB. Barbie, USB, Awaken after 80%, and then ASB right at the end. She could also afford to do her USB. Auron, Wall. Oh, sorry, no, Barbie does her Magicite and then USB. Awaken after 80%, then ASB. Auron does Wall. He does his Synchro on his first non-instant cast turn. Helps Alfenard get his instant casts. When the anti-heal starts to bite, that's when I do his ASB, so I can give everyone instant cast. He does his Glint Plus. Ideally, I think it could work either way. He could do it at 75% or 35%. I don't think it really matters. And when he gets the opportunity to use his USB. And then Alfenard does his Glint. He does his Chain, Awaken, Chain. And I would say either way works. He could do his USB 2 just fine. Or he could do his... I think USB 2 would be better. Now that I've got rid of Sap by using Angel Song, I think the fact that I'm building up the chain from being hit, and I also get here the Brave command, which allows me to use his hero ability in extra time. It's just all round better. I don't think he's going to have time to get the chase from his USB 1, but either could work, because I think his USB 1 does give no, I think it gives Ether at the end of it. So yeah, I would say if I had to choose USB 2, but I could see USB 1 working as well. Definitely Dark Veil 4 was needed for that fight, even if it was just one hit. In this situation, Meltdown wasn't needed, but on the run before that, I think I ran out of Whirlwind, so having that as a backup is still good. And I would have this on just in case, but I really think you probably just need to stick with Starfall. But then, since you're using a Synchro, it's possible you could run out of Starfall uses. So again, it's probably just better to keep it in case.